Have you ever had that gut-wrenching feeling in your stomach? That moment when you realize the people closest to you have betrayed you? Betrayal cuts deep. But what if it wasn't just one person? What if it was two people you loved most? Your partner and your best friend. They didn't just break my heart, they shattered the trust I'd built with them over years. But what I did next? It wasn't a simple act of revenge. No. It was something far more powerful. It was a lesson in reclaiming your power, your dignity, and your peace. Stick with me, because this isn't just about heartbreak, it's about building yourself back stronger. We had it all. Or so I thought. My ex was everything I thought I wanted in a partner. Charming, attentive, romantic. We had plans for the future. We talked about getting married, traveling, even starting a family. Life seemed perfect. But perfection has a way of hiding the cracks beneath the surface, and it wasn't until much later that I began to see them. And then there was my best friend. We were inseparable. She was my confidant, my partner in crime. We laughed until we cried, shared everything, literally everything. I trusted her with my deepest secrets. If anyone knew me, it was her. I never could have imagined she would be the one to hurt me. But life has a funny way of showing you things when you least expect it. It started subtly. Small things. He'd go out with friends more often, and the excuses didn't quite add up. The random compliments seemed hollow. It was like he was pulling away, but still physically there. And then, she started acting strange. She wasn't around as much. She avoided me, gave me half-hearted responses to my texts, and was suddenly spending more time with him. I brushed it off, convinced it was nothing. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. There was a sinking feeling in my gut, and no matter how much I tried to ignore it, it was growing stronger. I told myself, maybe it's nothing. But I wasn't fooling anyone, not even myself. My intuition was screaming at me, and I should have listened. One day, everything changed. I was home alone when I found it. His phone, sitting on the kitchen counter, it buzzed with a message from her. My heart stopped. I wasn't planning to snoop, but something told me I needed to see what was inside. I opened the messages, and there it was. Proof. The betrayal, their flirtations, the shared moments, the inside jokes. It was all there, laid out in front of me like a sick joke I couldn't get out of. My hands shook. My heart was racing. This wasn't just a small betrayal. This was something bigger, something much more painful. The two people I trusted most were lying to me, together. The shock hit me like a freight train, leaving me breathless. How could I have missed it? How long had this been going on? My mind couldn't process it. My stomach churned, and I felt like everything I knew was slowly slipping away. For hours, I sat in silence. My thoughts were racing, but I couldn't speak. How was I supposed to confront them? How could I handle this without falling apart? My mind was a whirlwind of anger, confusion, and sorrow. I thought about confronting them immediately, but then I realized something. I don't need to react the way they expect. They probably think I'll yell, I'll beg for answers, I'll break down in front of them. But what if I didn't? I didn't want to give them that power over me. So I did what any person would do in a moment like this. I took time to process. I didn't confront them right away. I sat with my emotions, allowed myself to feel, and then made the most important decision of all. I would rise above this. I was going to handle this my way. I didn't want to scream. I didn't want to show them how much they hurt me. Instead, I began planning my next move. I needed to take control of the situation. I wasn't going to give them what they expected. I wasn't going to let them see me crumble. So, I carefully planned my confrontation. I didn't want drama. I didn't want chaos. I just wanted them to know I had seen through the lies, and I was no longer a victim in this situation. I wanted them to realize they had lost more than just a relationship with me. They'd lost someone who trusted them with everything, and they needed to see me walk away stronger than ever. The day of the meeting arrived. I carefully chose the spot, a quiet cafe, a neutral ground where we could have a calm conversation. I invited both of them, but separately, under the pretense of talking things through. But the truth was, I wasn't looking for closure. I wasn't looking for apologies. I was done with them. When they arrived, I greeted them with a warm smile, something they weren't expecting. They thought they'd walk into a storm, but instead, they walked into a room with a woman who had already moved on. "I know everything," I said, and for a moment, the room froze. The air thickened with tension. My ex immediately started talking, offering weak apologies and excuses, but I didn't want to hear any of it. I wasn't looking for validation. I was looking for them to acknowledge the truth. But even that wasn't enough. It was my best friend who spoke next. She apologized too, but I could tell it wasn't real. Her apology wasn't for the betrayal, it was for getting caught. And that's when I realized something. This was no longer about them. It was about me. I wasn't going to let them see me fall apart. I wasn't going to beg for answers or allow them to manipulate me further. I simply stood up, looked both of them in the eye, and said, "I'm walking away from this, and I'm walking away with my head held high." Then I left. No confrontation, no argument, just me, reclaiming my peace. Because I realized that the most powerful thing I could do in that moment wasn't to hurt them back. It was to walk away, with dignity intact. The days after that meeting were surreal. I didn't cry, I didn't scream, and I didn't feel the need to explain myself. Instead, I focused on what was next for me. I began rebuilding my life. Therapy, travel, reconnecting with old friends. I was becoming the person I had always wanted to be, free from the chains of their betrayal. They tried to contact me. They reached out through friends, through fake accounts, through every way they could think of. But I ignored them. I didn't need to hear their apologies. I didn't need to hear their excuses. I had already moved on. I was stronger than I'd ever been before. And that's when I realized the most powerful revenge isn't in doing something to hurt them back. It's in moving on, building something stronger in yourself, and walking away unshaken. So, what's the real takeaway here? Life is full of betrayal, heartbreak, and pain, but it's how you choose to respond that defines you. The best revenge isn't loud, it's quiet. It's living your life on your own terms, without the need for apologies or validation from those who hurt you. The best revenge is reclaiming your peace, your dignity, and your self-worth. So, to everyone out there dealing with betrayal, remember this. You are stronger than you think. You don't need to break them to fix yourself. You just need to walk away and never look back. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this story. Have you ever been betrayed? How did you reclaim your peace? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who might need this message today. You don't want to miss the next story. Trust me, it's going to be even more empowering. Stay strong, stay silent when needed, and always walk away with your head held high.